Hello everyone, this is Shiv Prem, Legal Internet Lexis and Company, and currently pursuing BA LLB honors from Central University of South Bihar. In the today's session, I will be dealing with the writ of quo warranto, and this topic will be also in two parts. In the first video, I will be dealing with the introduction section and the basics of quo warranto and further the conditions for issue of the writ of quo warranto. And further in the second video, I will be dealing with the conditions briefly. So let's start the today's session with the introduction part. And as you all know that there is no any limit of writs, but there are major 5 writs as habeas corpus, writ of mandamus, prohibition, writ of quo warranto, writ of certiorari, and there are many others, but we mostly focus more on these 5. So each of the writs has different meaning and implications. In this section, we will discuss the writ of quo warranto only. As we all know that anything that is issued under the authority is a writ, like order, warrant, directions are issued under the authority. As under Article 226, we know that any person can approach the High Court whose fundamental right is violated, and under Article 32, any person can approach the Supreme Court whose fundamental right, which is enriched under the Part 3rd of the Indian Constitution, are violated. Then both the courts, that is higher courts or Supreme Court, can issue order or direction or writs. The main object behind the writs is to provide constitutional remedies to the individual whose fundamental rights are violated, which is enriched under the Part 3rd of Indian Constitution. In India, both courts have power to issue writs for the violation of the fundamental rights. So, quo warranto is an ancient common law remedy. It was used by the crown against a person claiming an office, franchise, or liberty to inquire by what authority he was in the office, or franchise or liberty. The word quo warranto literally means by what warrants or by what is your authority. It basically means only two things, that what is your authority or by what warrants. So the main object of this writ is to prevent a person who has wrongfully usurped an office from continuing in that office. The writs call upon the holder of the office to show to the court under what authority he holds the office. If the holder has no authority to hold the office, it can be removed from this enjoyment. This writ not only questions the holding of the office by a person, but it also protects the holder of a public office from being deprived of that which he has a right. The writ of quo warranto provides a mechanism to the judiciary to protect the right of the individual. It basically controls the executive from making appointments to the public office against law to protect a citizen from being deprived of public office to which he has a right. In the case of University of Mysore versus C.D. Govinda Rao, C.D. Govinda Rao had filed a writ of quo warranto under Article 226 of the Constitution in the Mysore High Court, seeking to verify under the what authority Anaya Govda was holding the post of a research reader in a college in Bangalore. The High Court ruled in favor of the University of Mysore, but it was aside by the Supreme Court, as it was said by the Supreme Court that the procedure of quo warranto confers jurisdiction and authority on judiciary to control executive actions in the matter of making appointments to public offices against the relevant statutory provisions. It also protects a citizen being deprived of public office to which he may have a right. Before a citizen can claim the writ of quo warranto, he must satisfy the court that office in question is a public office and is held by a usurper without legal authority, and that necessarily leads to the inquiry as to whether the appointment of the said alleged usurper has been made in accordance with law or not. Thus, the court held that few ingredients are necessary for the successful writ of quo warranto. That is, that is the first ingredient was the the office in question should be an independent substantive public office, and secondly, it should be held by a person without legal authority. So let us see the conditions of issue of the writ of quo warranto. There are basically four conditions. The first one is the office must be a public nature. It must be created by a statute or by the constitution itself. The office must be a substantive one and not merely the function or employment of a servant at the will and during the pleasure of another. And the last is the holder must be in actual occupation of the offense. Further, in the next video, we will be describing this. I will be describing these conditions. So that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Please do like, subscribe the channel, and thank you.